All right, I think we're on. So, hello, y'all. Welcome to the channel, the Crystal Heart channel. And also, if you're watching on the Mystery Mugs and Melanin channel, welcome there as well. Tonight, we have a live, and we are doing something a little different than what we usually do on the Crystal Heart channel. And that is to have a true crime discussion. If you have been around, you know that I and Celine are true crime buffs, and we really have a passion for it. So sometimes on my Friday night lives we get into deep discussion, so we decided to have a live dedicated just to that. And if it goes well, we'll do this every Wednesday at usually probably 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. if we have to push it back.
Yeah.
And I see Mitzi. Hey Mitzi. Hey Sheila. Hey Rebecca. If you're here, say hello. You got your drink?
Of course.
All right, y'all. How y'all doing tonight?
Is it dark? Am I dark? Does it look really dark? I'm
You
not.
are kind of like in the shadow.
Okay, let me turn on my light. I'll be right back.
Yo, I love these cookies. Oatmeal raisin cookies from Tate's. Hubby bought them for me yesterday, and I'm almost done with them. Although they don't put enough in there. Where did Celine go?
I'm back.
Oh, okay. I'm eating my snack already.
Oh, I was like, I can't even see the comments. Is the lighting a little bit better?
Mm.
Okay. It'll have to do. I don't have like my whole setup up today.
All right. Like Rebecca said, don't forget to change your chat from top chat to all our live chat so that you don't miss any of the discussion. Also, if you're here, don't forget to hit the like button, because why not?
Of course.
Oh my gosh. Kate are my favorite. Oh, Tay are my favorite cookies. Gina gave me some and they were so good. I love these.
I
But
think I
just,
had lemon ones last time.
I've never tried any flavor but the oatmeal raisin because I love oatmeal raisin cookies. All right, I'm crunching and dunching. All right, so y'all, we have a short list of things to talk about. But also, if y'all have anything that y'all want to talk about or bring up, we can talk about it all. Celine has the short list because she's the one that's good at these things.
I lost my list. I'm just kidding. So last time, so on Friday when we were in Crystal's live, we talked about doing this today and asked about some of the things that we could talk about. And Diddy was one that everyone was kind of interested in. And then we also kind of touched on the Menendez brothers. So I thought that we could talk about it again in a little bit more detail. And then our other thing that we are going to talk about was the Unsolved Mysteries, the first episode of the new season.
Yes. And I watched it when it first came out, so I don't even remember the victims' names. Did you write down?
Carnell, his name
Yeah,
is
it was.
Carnell, like my son, so I
Yeah.
remember his first name. I think it's Sledge.
I don't know.
Sledge, and then the woman name was Kate.
Okay, yeah. Okay. All right. Oh, what murder are we gonna talk about now? Why don't we just start with that since yo, I'm not even at the new season yet. Sheila, you not at the new season?
Well,
Girl,
on the new season, I've only watched
that's the
um
only episode?
the first episode because the rest are like paranormal type episodes and aliens and stuff, and I just was like, probably not gonna watch it.
I mean, I watched them all because I do like paranormal and I do like alien stuff and stuff. But when it comes to unsolved mystery, like it's traditional that they always will have a something paranormal or something
At least one.
alien based. But to have four episodes come out and three out of the four are paranormal and aliens, I was not happy about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, usually it'll be like maybe 1 out of 4, not 3 out of 4.
Yeah. And I do like paranormal and aliens and stuff too, but I just get so I be by myself a lot at night, so I don't know. Maybe I'll watch it over the weekend during the day. Y'all know I'm a chicken.
Well, you gotta watch in the morning.
So that case specifically took place in Cleveland. It was Cornell Sledge and Catherine Brown, and they were like really good friends. And they met. This was like what, 2019,
Yeah.
and they met at the Rocky River Reservation. It's like this park. Cleveland has these parks all over, and they met there. No one knows why they met. It's one of the big mysteries. And then um, two people were coming. They were kayaking they were coming to kayak at the park because there's like a river there, and they saw the man Carnell was sitting on the bench, and they thought he was just sitting there. So they got closer, and there was a gunshot at the back of his head and blood. And then, like, once you walk over some more, they noticed that a woman was laying face down in the river bend, also dead.
Hold on, y'all. You can keep going. I just noticed that water is somewhere leaking from the refrigerator or something. It's all over my floor, and I need to go see where it's coming from.
Okay. No, let me see. Cleveland is not a safe city, but I don't think it was like in Cleveland, Cleveland. I think it was like, um, I don't know. I don't want to say like the suburb area, like a suburb of it. It just wasn't like in the city. It was like at this park area. So there's this bench that sits near the river, and they were sitting down to have conversation, and no one knows what happened. The craziest thing about it is that where the park sits, you have like a parking lot. Like, here's the park in the grassy area, and then you have like a parking lot, and then you have a road next to it that's this really busy road full of traffic. It's like 5 o'clock in the evening, so it's so much traffic and everything, and there's no witnesses. There was a
Wait, hold on. I got an emergency. I don't know what happened, but the water. Remember, I told you water was running when we were
yeah.
talking before this. Apparently, the toilet was running. I don't know, cause like in an RV, you gotta press for the toilet to flush, and I don't know if somebody didn't pull it all the way up, and the toilet was running and overflowed, and it's all the way through the entire RV. So I gotta go outside and empty the tank, and then clean this up. So y'all keep talking about unsolved mysteries. I will be back.
Okay. Hey, nephew. Oh, he left. Okay. So is the new season, let me catch one comments really quick. Is the new season of Unsolved Mysteries current? What do you mean if it's current, Mitzi? Well, Sheila says she had to start it from the beginning. Hey, Vanessa. Aliens do not scare me. People scare me. I'm not scared. It's just that, like, the unsolvable of the unsolved mysteries with like paranormal stuff, it kind of makes me be like, ooh. So Cleveland is not a safe city, right? Oh no, hopefully it's not. Oh no. Yeah, we're gonna keep talking and kind of wait for her to come back, as far as hope everything's okay with the leak. But it was a busy, so it's off like this really busy street, and there was a man that was in a truck. Is it within the last few years, the old ones and not the old series? So the new series on Netflix started what, like 3-4 years ago. Like, it came back, and they only do like 4 or 5 episodes like a season, or sometimes they do a part one, part two, and some of them are newer and some of them are a little bit older. But like this case, for example, happened in 2019. Sorry, I was reading. Okay. And then, so there was a man that was sitting in a truck in the parking lot at the same time that this happened. But he was like, he works for a roofing company. So he was sitting in his truck and he was doing like expenses, like his expense counts and stuff for his job. And he says that he doesn't know what happened. He says he didn't hear a gunshot. He was sitting not too far from the bench where they were sitting at, and he didn't hear a gunshot and he didn't see anything. So like the family thinks that was weird, but they investigated his phone and everything and his computer he was working on, either computer or like a laptop or a tablet, and it showed that he was working on this thing. So they don't, it was a small caliber weapon, so they said, you know, it doesn't make a whole bunch of noise, especially if the person had a silencer on the gun, but it's just a weird situation all around. And the crazy part about it is that they show that the woman, her name is Kate, she opened her phone, she unlocked her phone at 5:08. They were sitting on the bench, they were talking, she unlocked her phone. And then 5:22 is when the kayakers called 911. So in between 5:08 and 5:22, they were murdered. And they think that the killer shot Cornell first because it was at the back of the head and they saw like blood on the bench, and then shot him again. And then they think Kate got up to run, and that's when they shot her once. So there's like 3 shots. And then the police and everyone's just very confused. They don't know who the target was. Some think it's Cornell because he was shot twice, and the woman Kate was shot once. But some think that it was Kate because Cornell was just this really easygoing, really nice guy who didn't really have any
No.
who really didn't have any issues or any trouble or anything. And they've gone through his ex-girlfriend because they found out that his ex-girlfriend had she has like a carry conceal license. They started talking to Kate's ex-boyfriend, who she was actually with the day before. So, you know, they're following the leads, and nothing. They have nothing. No one, this extremely busy street, no one saw anything. A man sitting in the parking lot didn't see anything. It's just a very weird case. It's one of those that it's like, it's one of those really unsolved cases. Did they know each other? Yes. So they were friends for a while.
But her side of the family seems to believe they're closer friends than
His side of the family, yes.
They never knew about her.
Right. His side of the family knew nothing about Kate, even though they had been friends for a few years. But her side of her family said that Kate and Cornell were really good friends, and their relationship was kind of in and out, up and down. Like if she got into a serious relationship, their friendship might, settle off a little bit. And when he got into it, it was the same thing. But they always came back to each other, and they were just really good friends. They've been knowing each other, but it's weird that his family they didn't know anything about her.
Never heard of her.
Never heard of her at all. But they kind of mapped out each of their days. So Kate, her apartment has like cameras and stuff. So she got home around like 4 something, and then she went to the gym. And when she was at the gym, like on the property of her apartments, is when she got a text from Cornell about meeting. And then she called him, and they spoke on the phone for 10 minutes approximately. And then they both went to the park to meet. And so one of the biggest things that the police are talking about is that they're trying to figure out what was the reason for the meet. It might help to shine light on what happened, but they have no answers. It's a really confusing case because it's like, what is that? 5:08 to 5:22. What is that? Almost like 14 minutes. Like someone got behind them, got to the park somehow, right? They either walked or they drove and no one noticed, then pull in there. The man in the truck didn't notice, and then shot two people and made it out there before the next people drove up and called 911.
Crazy.
Did I miss anything about this one?
Yo.
Yes, Sheila, it is. It's like that's what one of, I think it was Kate's sister said, that Kate's ex-boyfriend wasn't like a really great person. And even though they were better off, she was better off without him, she kind of, was a creature of habit and would kind of, I guess, talk to him, get back with him every now and then. And um they were together the day before, and she was like,
I think she left from him to go meet
she was
Cornell.
she was at her house though, at her
Oh, okay.
apartment. But the family's not very happy with the police department, with the law enforcement in general. And they had they raised like 100K for like tips, as a reward. And they put up all these signs, like they put up these signs like, were you here on whatever date between 5:08, 5:22? Like, did you pass by? Did you see something? They had all these signs out, and the park people, the Metro Parks, I think, made them take it down because supposedly the family thinks that they wanted people to feel safe going to the parks, but they're not. If someone was killed, you know what I mean, at the park, sitting at the park, having conversation on a bench. So. Some people think it was a professional hit. Some people brought up that it could have been like there's gangs in the area. Like who was it who said that? Mitzi said Cleveland is not a safe area. Like there's a lot of gangs in the area, so people thought it might have been a gang initiation. But they kind of ruled that out. However, to get the word out that you need help finding this information. Exactly. No justice at all. It should be about the people.
No.
Yeah, Vanessa, it should.
You seen Kitty? That's what you was crying for.
What happened?
The cat was trying to get in, and Saint saw him and was crying because Saint loves that's his girlfriend.
To play with the cat?
Yeah.
That's cute.
Sorry, y'all. I'm like flooded out and trying to sop up all this water and Clorox because I don't know what's in that water.
Social media. Yeah, they could do it from social media too. But I mean, like, if you're not like super active on social media, but you take the same route every day, like from work, and let's say you don't take the same route, but you take a different route this one day, and you happen to be there. But I mean, you don't really know. There wasn't a whole bunch of coverage on it, on the murders. So I mean, the signs would help. I don't think it's random.
No, I don't think
at all.
I think that he was followed or she was followed.
None of
Somebody
them were
was followed. I'm just peeking in. But I gotta go back.
To me, it's really crazy that two people were murdered in broad daylight and they have no suspects, no witnesses, nothing.
Yeah, that's odd.
I feel like they could have done, I don't know what it's called, but I really wish that I remember what it's called. But they do like this, I think it's called like a mobile net or something. I know that a lot of like judges and things won't sign off on it, but I feel like this will be a good case to do. And then they can do like they can get a record of all of the phones, the mobile phones that were in that area at that specific time. And then they would have more leads, right? They would have more people to go on.
Yeah.
It still baffles me that the man was sitting in the truck and didn't notice anything. Crystal, Sheila says maybe one of the girls tried to flush something they shouldn't.
No, what happened was, I guess one of them used the bathroom before they left for volleyball, and um, like they didn't flush it all the way, and like if toilet paper gets in that gap, the water continues to run, and apparently that's what happened. And I heard water earlier, but I thought it was like the refrigerator on the inside. I don't know what I thought it was, but I wish I would have got up and checked when I heard it.
It is legal, Sheila. It's like I said, a judge has to sign off on it. And it's
So
not like
that's for what? That's for the phone
yeah,
nesting.
I can't remember what it's called. I'm gonna look it up. It's called like a mobile net or something. And it because of like what you're thinking about, a lot of people won't do it because they feel like um it's a violation of their privacy. The other thing is, in my opinion, I feel like this crime is either 100% like targeted or just 100% random. It's like an either or. I don't want to think it's random, but at the same time, Carnell was a black man and Kate was a white woman, and they were sitting on a bench together.
But
And
that to me still wouldn't be random. That's you're targeting for hate crime.
but they're random. They're not known to the people, by is
Yeah,
what I mean. So like,
because he was killed execution style.
right.
So I feel like it had to be for a reason, and it wasn't robbery.
It wasn't robbery. Their phones were still there. His wallet, her purse was in plain view in their car on the seat. Literally, they sat down and started talking, and then they were gone. Like,
Yeah,
no,
and then I think he must have been the target because they killed him first. She tried to run.
or she was a target, but they need to get the man out the way.
Oh, maybe so. You're right.
So,
Take the
like,
biggest target out.
right. So, like, that's why and I mentioned that his family thinks that she might be the target because their son, he was a nice guy. He worked with disabled kids. He was a coach with disabled kids, and he was just a really nice guy. So they in their mind they're like, we don't know anyone that would want to hurt him. And then on her family, Kate's family, they're like, we're not sure. We think he might have been the target because he was shot first.
But didn't they say that she struggled with some things
Hmm.
before? Was it drug use?
Yeah, or alcohol. She was
Alcohol, I think it was. She struggled with alcohol. So I mean, I don't know, who she ran with before she got clean, but I don't know. And it could be anybody, like you said, who
saw a black and
uh,
white couple from the
yeah.
road and didn't like it and decided to shoot them, or it could have been her ex, which they said that they cleared him because he was not in the area, but no one knows.
Or who else did she mess with that didn't want her messing with anybody else or didn't want her messing with a black guy? No, she wasn't married.
I
Okay,
do feel
let me go
I
back.
do feel like the window is too short for it to be random though.
I feel like somebody had to be followed
Yeah.
because random, you just, unless they were already at the park, but who is sitting at the park with their gun waiting to kill somebody unless they know they coming?
And then her ex, Kate's ex, they were satisfied with his alibi that he was at a barbershop. Kobe, stop. I don't know if they like, I don't know what they did to like verify. They didn't really get into it. Even her family was like, we don't really know how they verified his alibi, but he said he was at a barbershop. And it's weird because the ex was with her the night before. So I guess,
Yeah, that part is what kind of made it like, wait, hold up.
excuse me, I'm sorry. Sheila, I don't know. I haven't had a chance to do like research on it to see. I saw someone, I was on Reddit for a little while after I watched it. I watched it while I was at work. And thank you. Thank you. I watched it while I was at work, and somebody said they feel like in the last few years there's been an uptick in like crimes and shootings in the Metro Parks area, but that's just like one comment. So I would like to do more research to see if it's a trend. They didn't mention it on the episode though. I'm gonna Google it really quick now. It was a good case though. It's one of those cases. It reminds me where I, it was, this was on a list to talk about, but then I decided not to talk about it. It reminds me of like the Asha Degree case where you're like, you know, like the surrounding events, but you don't know what happened. And it's one of those times that you're like, you can have all of these theories, but you just don't know. Unless someone confesses, I don't see them solving this case, honestly. I don't see anything about like multiple murders happening at the Metro Parks. So I don't know. Are you good, Crystal?
In here, I'm mopping right quick, and then I'll be back.
So what do y'all think about it? Any theories? Let's see. Was she married? No. She could have. Maybe it was both. Maybe they were both the targets. That is possible. She could have had another man, not the ex. That's true too, Sheila. But it's like it's too much of a coincidence for me that she was with the ex the night before. The police, well, not the police, but some people had talked about a gang initiation, but they were like, most gang initiations are like on other gang members in their territory. You know what I mean? It's just like if it was a gang initiation, I feel like I don't know, it could be, but I mean, it was just so random and such a not highly populated, but like there was so much traffic and everything, and there was a witness. The thing that really gets me is there was a witness sitting in a truck, and the witness wasn't threatened or anything. Like, did the killer not see him? I still feel like the ex might have something to do with it, or it was some wrong place, wrong time. That's yeah, that is definitely possible. You want us to wait for you before we're moving to the next?
Yeah, I'm almost done. Give me a second.
Okay.
Oh, I shook y'all up.
That's true too, Sheila. They said that they ruled out the witness. They ruled him out. Because he was actually on his phone doing things. They got his phone in his, it was either a tablet or a computer or a laptop. The parents were suspicious though. And they were like, it's after 5. He should have been off. Why is he doing his like expense reports in the park? In the parking lot of a park alone. He's a roofer, and like they were suspicious of it, but the police cleared him. People don't usually just randomly get shot. That's true too.
All right, I'm back, y'all.
You good?
Been a journey. Oh, let me go wash my hands.
It was a good one. So like if you watch it, just to kind of like get all the details and make your own judgment on it, definitely let us know what you think. He might have been waiting for a hookup. It happens. That's true too. And in parks, that's very, very true.
All right. All right.
You back?
I'm back.
Okay, where do we want to go to next?
Um, let's go Diddy.
Let's go to Diddy.
All right. So who knows? I'm sure everybody know about the Diddy case. Sorry, I'm texting hubby because he asking like how far the water got. Diddy,
Diddy.
Diddy. Yeah. So I got one opinion. He nasty and he deserved to be where he is. What's the Diddy case? Diddy, P Diddy, Puff Daddy. Celine did good holding on the fort. Yay! Thank you, Celine, for holding on the fort while our
Thanks,
crisis was
Vanessa.
going on.
So we actually just went. I actually just messaged Crystal like maybe I don't know an hour before the live started because I had just read that um so if you're not like super caught up, they found how much was it? Hundreds of bottles
Like
of
1,000 bottles.
1,000 bottles of baby oil in his house when they raided his house. And today it was released that this baby oil was laced with GHB, the date rape drug.
Yeah, which I think people were speculating that already.
Yeah, but it was
But
just like
and the feds didn't come out and say it yet, so it's not all the way confirmed. But I think it was in the civil suit situation.
she was said not from Costco. Exactly, not from Costco. Costco was like, no. Costco was like, we don't even sell that. Do not pull us in this, Diddy.
We ain't got nothing to do with that.
Vanessa, Crystal, Vanessa said, poor Crystal. So sorry that happened.
Oh no, it's fine. I cleaned it up, but I'm probably gonna disinfect again after we're done. But I
Yeah.
put Clorox down and everything.
There's just
But
been a lot. Like there's been people coming out of every day. There's a new woman with a new accusation.
hmm I think that it was his literally his lifestyle. So there's gonna be a unlimited amount of victims. Crystal, where
Um,
do you buy your baby oil? I don't own baby oil. Like I think he just has so many victims. Cause how I mean, Diddy been in the game for how long? How
long,
long he been having these parties that everybody been hearing about since I was a kid?
yeah.
They think they are too good, right? And I think that like a lot of the celebrity circles are just they believe they're above the law and they're weird and they have weird wants and they do weird things and think they can get away with it.
I don't think that. Okay, I don't think that they have like weird wants and thoughts because I think like people have, everyone have their own like kinks and preferences,
No,
but
this not a kink. This is just illegal.
but but he's to the point where he thinks he's so powerful that he can force people into what he wants them to do, and that's the issue.
That's the issue. But when they bring kids into the situation, you're just nasty and you're illegal. It's illegal, you're nasty, and you ought to be under the jailhouse for the rest of your life.
He definitely should. They haven't like 100% confirmed. Like it's there, and you'll see like inklings to it about like child. I want to be careful with our words and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
child and like SA trafficking and things like that. But I haven't seen it like literally in writing about it. And then if there is, they'll just kind of like mention it because they do have to protect the children's safety if they're younger than
Yeah.
18.
And I was just telling Celine because we was talking about that when she texted me and was like, "Did you see that the baby always lace?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm seeing it right now." But I was telling her when we was talking about it that I don't know if y'all know the channel Soft White Underbelly, but it's a channel where they interview these people, just mostly people who've had troubled backgrounds, drug addicts, prostitutes, and things like that. The guy who runs the channel name is Mark, and he does the interviews. Well, he like a few days ago, he had a girl on that went to a Diddy party and witnessed a lot of the stuff. And I mean, she had proof. She had pictures of her getting there, but once she got there, they took all their phones and they put them. I don't know if y'all ever seen the little bubbles that they put phones in, like if you're at a comedy show or something and they don't want you taking pictures. They lock your phone up and then you don't get it back till you leave. Well, they took her phone and did that, but she started talking about all the things that she saw, and this was 2 years ago, she said. And she said like she really didn't want to talk too much about it because it was too many big people there. With the people she did tell, didn't really believe her all the way. And now that it's all coming out, they believe her now. Either you go along because you want to get in the inner circle, or you go along because you think you're above the law. I'm talking about people who voluntarily went along. Yeah, the people who voluntarily went along, they were either trying to up their career, wanting to be a part. And this is what this girl was talking about, because she's a singer. Well, she was a singer. She said after that night she quit because she did not want any dealings with any of that. But she was a singer dating dating someone super rich, and he said, "Oh, I'll bring you to this famous producer as like a surprise." And the producer was Diddy. And she said it was just too weird.
I wanted to talk about that when we talk about it because you said that she said that she was dating like Arabian prince or something like that.
Yeah, his name Hakeem, or no, that ain't right. That's but she said his name.
Because I've heard about things like like Dubai and things like that. And a lot of these Dubai is still a Muslim place, but the people that are so rich that they've done whatever they wanted to do. And like
Hmm.
I've heard some people talking about it, like they from experiences and experiences their friends had. Some people are too scared to talk about it, but that they'll get involved with some rich person
Hmm.
there, and then they'll fly him there. They'll fly him to some place in the desert, and they'll do whatever, have them do all kind of crazy things,
I
and
believe it.
and obviously all illegal. It's a Muslim country. There's a lot of laws, but they are rich. They're above it, and they want to do whatever they want to do, and they'll make these women do some crazy things. So whenever she said that it was like an Arabian prince brought her, I believe it because
Hmm.
they do some outrageous things.
And a lot of people, of those rich people, mingle with celebrities in America.
Hmm.
This happens on yachts also. Hmm.
But the thing that really gets me is that there are people who still don't believe everything. They didn't. So if we back up, they didn't believe Cassie when she came out with her lawsuit. They didn't believe her. They
And
were
there was video evidence.
afterwards. It came out, yeah. But when she first came out with the lawsuit, they didn't believe her. Why she waited so long? She got away. She's married. She have 2 kids. Whatever, whatever. Why is she bringing this up now? Then the video evidence came out where it was in that hotel and showed him kicking her, beating her, and everything. And she's so little. She's so little. She like just a child that she just compared to him, you know what I mean? And then I was like, some men actually, was like, I want to apologize, but even after, and now that they're like, I just feel like they're targeting him and trying to bring him down because they set up a hotline for people to call because he's done so much. He's been in the
Mhm.
industry so long that there are probably hundreds of thousands of women that's been affected by him and his freak offs.
Now,
And
don't get me wrong. I do think I think he was targeted. I think he did everything, but I think he had protection, and I think the protection ran out, and that's why he's going down now. Because I think that's how it go. You only protected for so long, and or you something happens and you lose that protection, um, and down you go.
I can agree with that, but I also think a lot of it had to people have been talking for years.
I know, but people been talking for years and nothing has happened to
But
him.
nothing happened until I'm gonna tell you what I think things started falling down. Kim Porter dying, because a lot of people thought that her death was too mysterious because she had pneumonia and then she died,
Oh yeah.
and then there was leaks that she was working on a book about her life with Diddy. I don't know how true it is because the book that came out was not her book, but
Mm-mm.
people were very like suspicious about it. And then with the with Cassie's lawsuit fed into it as well. And then um there were people complaining from multiple states, and it made it federal, and they had to investigate. And then I think that continuously, this didn't happen overnight. Like it
No.
takes years to like for like how they're charging him with like racketeering and things. It takes years to build those cases.
Yeah. But this is how I feel. I feel like once it got to a point, all the people who's been covering his ass had to put their hands up
Mm-hmm.
because they can't go down with him.
Mm-hmm.
So like you said, once the feds got in and they start realizing like, oh, he gonna go down regardless, then like we not helping him no more because we can't go down too because we was at we was doing this and this with him. We can't go down with him. It doesn't come out until someone dies or is severely injured. And then, but I mean, for years the speculation about Biggie and Pop.
There's a woman who said that um she was essayed by him, and there was something to do with Biggie, not with Tupac or Biggie. Which one was it?
Probably Biggie. Wait, that who essayed her?
Diddy.
Mm-hmm.
And it has something to do with either Tupac or Biggie's murder. To somehow it was in there. I'm gonna have to find the article. Oh, but his buddy, R. Kelly, says that he's just being targeted.
No,
Another,
R. Kelly need to shut his dumb self up. Cause R. Kelly just
I think I think we're at a total. I don't know. It changes every day, but the last time I counted, it was like 120.
I thought they was at 130.
Oh, so that was a couple days ago. So they're at 130 now. That's how many charges of sexual assault have been brought
I'm
up.
almost out of cookies. I got one left after do. I read where Hollywood is very silent compared to Winsome. Yeah. R. Kelly is a nasty creep.
I just read that when it was 120, 25 of the 120 are said to be minors, the youngest being a 9-year-old boy. If it's true,
Mm-mm.
it's horrible. That's disgusting.
That's the one thing that like there's no forgiveness for me is whenever kids are involved.
Yeah. I'm trying to find the story of the Biggie or Tupac. I can't remember what it is. I'm gonna find it. Hold on. I read it not too long ago. I'm mad I didn't save it.
I think he has something to do with Tupac's death. I think he has something to do with Tupac and Biggie death.
Here it is. He was accused of essaying a woman with a TV remote. because after she claimed he was behind Tupac's death. That's what it was.
Oh, she said that.
Which we all thought he was when it happened.
He did. He where he deserved to be.
He is. Which are people to do? I think he has something to do with. Yeah. Oh yeah. I think he has something to do with Biggie's death too, and that was
Hmm.
his best friend. And then he made "I'll Be Missing You"
Yeah,
and millions off of his friend's
it's
death.
all for his friends there. Who else was on our list?
The Menendez brothers.
Oh yeah. Do y'all have any cases that y'all want to bring up?
Yeah, let us know.
All right. What you looking up?
I was just looking at all the stuff that what I had just brought up to see.
Well, we had told each other we were gonna watch Menudo, the Menendez ex Menudo. Is that what it's called?
Plus Menudo.
Plus Menudo. And I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it, so I don't. I didn't see that documentary.
So that
When
guy
that,
in Indiana. Oh, the Delphi murders.
oh yeah, Iowa.
Is it?
I thought it was Iowa. Oh, you talking about Delphi? Okay, never mind. I was talking about the guy at the college,
That's Idaho.
Idaho.
Yeah. Which that was a case that was so people for a long time was like we don't know what happened, no one knows what happened. I remember that when it first
What, the
happened.
Delphi?
Yeah, when it first happened and people were just trying to figure out, and there was like little clues that they had took that little snippet on Snapchat of the man.
You talking about Delphi or
Yes,
Kohlberger? Delphi.
Delphi.
Okay. Oh, this that the girl phone took the
Yeah,
snippet of him. Okay.
I took a snippet of this man on Snapchat, and it's to me that they did really good work finding out who murdered them.
It took a long time, but
Yes, he worked. Yeah, the guy at CBS. Yeah,
yep, yep. That was crazy because they all thought he had to be a transient, and it was someone right there.
yep.
That's crazy. It was just so creepy to see that picture of him and know that that's like who most likely did it.
I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna turn the lights. It's getting dark in here. I'll be right back.
Oh my goodness. But he is that who you was talking about, Missy? So he's going on trial now? The trial's about to start? Oh y'all, I left Saint in the thing. I guess I could take him out. I put him in this crate while I'm mopped.
While you were mopping,
Yeah. Now I can't get the crate open. Oh, there we go. And he was crying for Kitty to come in. Kitty don't live here. I'm back. What I missed? You missed all the Diddy,
all the Diddy.
but you know he did it. So come on, Saint. Come on, man. What you looking up?
Nothing. I'm sending my sister the link because that's how I was gonna send it, and I thought
It's
I,
an hour. It's an hour in.
I know I thought I sent it, but I don't think I did because her and I were talking about the Menendez brothers like a little while ago, about an hour or two ago.
Dane, can I get a recap? He did it.
He did it.
He nasty. He where he need to be.
I also want to say that dang, that's the only thing I was interested in.
Oh no.
I also want to say that um I don't want to be like a conspiracy theorist person or whatever, but I do think that Diddy is a problem and he deserves to be where he is, but I don't think he's the whole problem.
Oh no, he a part of the
The
problem.
industry is he's a part of it. The industry itself is an issue.
You know
Um,
how many celebrities involve themselves with Diddy in this whole mess? He's not innocent. I mean, he's not by himself with this. There's a lot more people.
and Celine, I'm so sorry I missed it. What book video?
We Missy, are you on Discord? Because it was supposed to be we did a meetup on Discord. Oh, he ain't the whole problem by any means. Oh no.
It's definitely the industry, and there's I don't think he's the only one who's doing the things that he's doing either. I know a lot of people like went to his parties and things, but I don't think he's the only one who has these. He's just he was most profile at this time. You know what I'm saying?
My husband said he's the only one. He got jokes. He ain't the only one. And I mean, I do believe that there are some of the younger generation who got abused to come into the industry.
I think
Who was
it
the head of this particular snake? Hollywood is a den of snakes, right? Yeah, in Miami. People have been talking about these kind of things for
for
years and years.
and you know I'm not like his biggest fan or whatever, but Kanye been talking about this stuff for
Kanye been trying to tell y'all.
trying to say it for a long time. Oh,
I think
Sheila, that's always an issue because it's been happening for years. There was the same thing. People were asking about the teenagers that were being involved with R. Kelly. Where are the parents?
because they want to be famous and want to make it so bad that the parents just allow them to get it to they allow these other adults to see about their kids. In no way on earth, I don't care what much y'all want to do, you're not just going to Diddy house by yourself. You're not going to R. Kelly house by yourself.
You're not going to any grown man's house by yourself.
You're not going to any nobody house by yourself.
And I do believe this is why he settled Cassie. Like within 24 hours, the case was settled because he was trying to avoid the fallout, but it was too late.
Mm-hmm. Look at Drew Barrymore. She was an addict by the time she was like 10 years old or something, right? So many celebrity celebrity kids end up messed up.
They
I
do.
mean, look, all the stuff came out about Nickelodeon
I was just about to bring that with Dan Schneider and all
with
that.
Dan Snyder. Like, I think these people. I don't. First of all, I don't know why people in powder, people in power feel like they need to be pedos. Like, what's that about?
They just are.
They're just, why they making it? Why they rich?
I don't know. It's weird though, right?
What happened with Nickelodeon? Um,
What was
there's a
the
documentary. It's
what,
called something on set.
Quiet on set? Quiet on the
Quiet
set.
on set. Dan Schneider, the producer of most of the
Oh,
shows from
yes.
like the 90s, he was very inappropriate and kids were
Yes, exactly, Sheila. That's what I was going to say. Pedophiles put themselves
oh,
in
they definitely
position.
do.
to be around children. That's the issue.
Is it my internet or is it Celine's internet?
What
I
is
think
it?
it's Celine's internet.
What's going on
People,
with my internet?
I don't know, you went out for a minute. People that have the money, have the power, and they get high off of it, they can do anything. They're so crazy. Hey, Shelby, that is so crazy to me that like you got money and power and that's what you want to do with it. Like you.
I don't specifically agree 100%. I think that the power makes them think that they're um you know uh,
Invincible.
invincible about it, but I don't believe that they just was like, I'm gonna be a pedo today. They've always been that way.
Well, yeah, it has to be something that they wanted. That's what they like, which is
Thank you,
that is
Rebecca.
weird.
Thank you, Rebecca.
It's your internet, Crystal. It ain't my internet. My router is literally right here.
We're watching you freeze.
You freezing?
What's that noise?
What noise?
It's like bells. You hear it?
Mm-mm.
Hold on.
That's to your house.
Oh, they have some kids playing right there. Okay. Um, yeah.
I don't know. She isn't freezing. Thank you.
You were frozen. You was like,
No, it's your internet. Celine is all smooth and stuff, and you're all choppy and janky.
thank you,
Wow.
Rebecca.
Wow, Rebecca.
She just telling it like it is.
I'm feeling attacked.
My internet only go out when it's time for me to work.
Oh, Celine isn't you are. Look, I don't know. The router is right there. I hope I'm on the right internet. I might be connected to the park internet because this is not the phone I use daily. Oh well. I just talked to my 18-year-old granddaughter. She told me she got into a great university. It was because her mother was stern. She acted out when she was 15. Oh, well, congrats. Congrats to your granddaughter. Selective internet. Saint, is he barking at Kobe? Did
Did
Kobe?
you hear Kobe?
I heard Kobe make a noise. Saint barking now.
But yeah,
Come on,
that's
Saint.
Mitzi. Kobe, get out the door. Come here.
Come on. It's okay. That's nothing. Sit down.
Yeah, but after either way, he's a monster. He's to be gone forever. Like I'm bye.
Why he barking at you?
Hey nephew.
Yeah, he need to go. Forever he could stay where he at. But they said um his trial is gonna start in May, and with the amount of evidence, it may not even start then.
Did he?
Yeah, he's mad because Celine is all smooth.
Oh good.
I'm just wondering, will he even make it to trial? We gonna see. All right, Saint.
At this point, I'm sorry, but at this point, he just needs to like.
No, sir. Watch it. They be like
Well, he's
a
in
robber
in
outside.
jail, and he's in like he's not with the rest of the population or anything. But at
I
this
think
point, he just needs to plead guilty and stop embarrassing himself and his kids.
his kids standing behind him.
Well, that's their dad. And then from different stories we've heard that the son was involved some situations.
That's what that girl said that was on Soft White Underbelly. She said the son is who invited her in the house. Saint, you want to go in your room? You want to go in your room? Usually he don't be this crazy about.
Is someone outside?
Hold on, I'm about to mute him so I can go figure out what's going on.
Yes. Yes, it was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Epstein.
Okay. Wasn't Epstein that mysteriously died in custody? Yeah, I've watched the documentaries on his nasty butt too. It's extraterrestrial. Might be. If they come and beam me up, beam me up. Oh, I'm not surprised he died in jail. It was just not suicide. Oh no.
Mm-mm. There was too many high profile people. They were not about to go down. He had to go.
Yeah.
And they're
Same
making,
might happen with Diddy.
that's what I was about to say. That's why she's bringing it up.
Yeah. There's too many people involved. Yeah. Well, oh, I
It's
thought you were.
honestly, he like I said, he just needs to plead guilty and stop embarrassing himself and his kids.
He's not gonna do that. If a person go that many years just doing what the hell they want, they're not about to admit nothing. Totally, way too many people involved. Right? Why do I keep hearing Jay Z's name? Wait, because Jay Z was like in damn near every picture at the parties.
They were friends.
They were friends. Um, yeah, I think Jay Z is a creep. He's not gonna plead guilty. There are way too many charges against him. He gonna try to fight it, but at this point, he might as well just accept his fate.
He might as well. And I've heard that he, I don't know if he posted on Instagram or something since he's been arrested, or and I've heard that he sent his kids like messages and stuff, but like he wants to like post. I know that he's talked about like posting bail and having his passport and his kids' passports taken away and wearing like a monitor and all this stuff. But he shouldn't be allowed around kids, even his own.
Mm-mm. My daughter was asking if I thought Beyonce was involved. I think Beyonce was a victim. You a big Beyonce fan? Which would say you?
I am a Beyonce fan. I think she's being tied to a lot of stuff because Jay-Z and she's been at like his white parties, which a lot of celebrities have been, but the white parties were not the freak offs and were not the, you know what I'm saying? So like there's a lot of celebrities that people are like crossing in with Diddy because they were at his white parties. But you have to remember that the white parties and the freak offs were not the same. And I do think that I think Jay-Z was in his 20s or 30s when Beyonce was like 16, 17, and he was like courting her and stuff. So there are some people who think she was like groomed and things. I don't know. I don't know.
I think I think she was groomed, but I think I'm not gonna go into the conspiracies of it all. So I'm gonna leave that one alone. I'm not sure about that. Her father was really involved in her career. She might know something has going on, but I don't think she participated.
Right. We're not saying that she like participated. Well, I mean her daughter asked. I don't know if she participated in anything as far as for that nature. But again, she was young
I
whenever she
don't
was
think she was
arrested.
protected.
When she
Her
started.
dad could be involved all he want, but once you let your 16-year-old get courted by a grown man, you're not protecting your child.
This is true.
My child is 14. In 2 years, she is not mature enough to be hanging with no grown people. I don't care if she in the industry. they have their own rules in the industry.
Let me double check myself. Okay. So they began dating in 2001. They met in 2000. Beyonce was 18. So sorry, she was 18. But
Like,
still,
that's
she
still
was 18, which, okay, you're technically legal, but with like a 20, 30-year-old man,
at 30 years old. Did I mean you and
you're,
an 18-year old? I mean, eliminate anybody.
I mean, even not, they're married with like 4 kids, and he's like retired. She's doing what she does. And I mean, there's nothing we can do about it now, but
Okay, but like, okay, think the case where the teacher slept with the student and then she went to jail. Once she got out of jail, they got back together, had a family. Now, they got kids. I don't know if they still together, but
she died.
she died. I thought they separated, but I ain't know. But like, do you feel like, oh, they're grown now, so like it's fine, or do you feel like
Died. No, well, I mean, like, it's
she
she
did
did.
die?
She did. She died in 2020. What I'm saying is that uh what I'm not saying, oh, everything was, I'm saying there's nothing we could do about it. Just like with them,
Oh no,
after
of course there's nothing you can do
she
about it.
went to prison, she did her time, and they still ended up together with and had more kids and whatnot, and
I'm just asking
they
for
were married.
opinion, not like opinions on it. Do we feel like um because now that they're adults and consenting at this point, do we feel like, oh, well, maybe they really were in love? Or do you feel
No,
like, oh, you were groomed and you just
I feel like it's a difference though, because he was a kid in school and she was 18. And again, it's not like fully grown developed, but it's not, I don't think it's a fair comparison. She was his teacher.
he was in a big dog in the industry?
I get it, but again, he was a kid in high school. She was 18. Again, technically a legal by law, technically a legal consenting adult. If it was my daughter, would I be like, this man is too old for you? You need to think. Yes, I would.
Okay, I'm not talking about law and legal. I'm talking about opinions.
I know, but that's what I just said. If it was my daughter, I would be like, this man is too old for you. He's too mature for you. You should date
I
someone younger.
get your back in this house. I don't care how old you is. I'm your mama. You ain't never too old to get your butt whipped.
And then they gonna just leave and be like, I'm gonna do what I want to do because my mama trying to whip me and I'm 18.
And what's your point? I'm gonna say
My
I
point
tried. I did
is,
all I could. She
that
predisposed him.
that's what they say. I don't know. Like I feel like people, it's weird because it wasn't that long ago, but I feel like people didn't look at these things like we do today. And I think it's a problem because it happened a lot with older men dating. Who was that comedian? Was it Jerry Seinfeld? He was dating a girl in high school. She was like 17 or 18, and people thought it was okay, just like the Jay-Z and Beyonce thing. It was okay, and it wasn't even that long ago.
Yeah. Beyonce was also much more sophisticated at that age than normal 18-year. We don't know that. And Rebecca said she was 18 in the papers. Did it really start when she was 18? True
That's what I'm
that
saying.
too.
We don't know.
Uh how are you gonna move out when you're 18? You just gonna have to take that whooping, right? Let Cameron try it. I ain't got no more drink. That's Nelly's son.
Take off your shoe. Yeah. Nelly, come say hi. Come say hi to the masses.
What about J Lo? I think J Lo was just as involved as Diddy back in the day. Hey Nelly. Hey my elbow.
Diddy cook.
Thank you, Cornell. Yes, Celine Dion and Renee too. She was
Yeah.
very young. What about you? Yeah, I don't.
Rihanna, bro.
Mariah Carey and her first
Miss
husband.
Rebecca said hi, Nelly.
Hello, Miss Rebecca.
He said hello, Miss Rebecca.
I think J Lo was she knew a lot too.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not a J Lo fan. I'm biased against her. I don't want to comment because I'm biased.
This is for opinions. We're opinionated.
J Lo's an industry plant.
She is something. Oh,
Yep.
it's our opinions.
Yeah.
I just don't. I just don't like. Oh, Rebecca, he actually, I know that I'll be like talking and saying whatever, whatever, and he'll be like joking around with me and stuff, but he has excellent manners.
He does. He yes ma'am me to death, and I'll be like, stop.
He does
In the Miss Crystal. I'm not Miss Crystal to you.
every year in school, it's the first compliment we get every year when he was in school. He's so well mannered. Yes, please, thank you. No, ma'am, no, sir. Like he's very well mannered. I
He
can say
is. And it's all the time. I'm not Miss Crystal. Not to him. I told him call me Aunt Crystal. He don't.
he does sometimes. Did you eat?
No, bro. They had the
You
couch.
see?
Bro.
Did
We
you?
all know Crystal is opinionated. Oh, I got opinions.
I'm like, did you eat? No, bro, no.
Hungry.
Celine is opinionated too. We don't always agree.
We don't always agree.
And she be getting feisty when she
I
don't
do
agree with me.
get spicy because I'll be like,
You be like, that's what I said. And da 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 da. And I'm like, girl, come down. We still best friends.
we are best friends. This is one of the things like people um or be because I am like super shy, whatever. But if there's a topic that I'm super passionate about,
Oh, she gonna argue you
I'm
down.
gonna let you. We gonna talk
She gonna
about it.
debate. She gonna debate.
We're gonna debate.
Why you why you smiling like that? Oh yeah, that's Beyonce discussion seemed like an old one. I don't think we've had that discussion before.
No,
But I know that she a Beyonce fan,
I
and I think Beyonce is a great performer. But I think I'm not a huge Beyonce fan, although I do enjoy her music.
I'm not a huge Beyonce fan, but
Are
like
you part of the Beehive?
no. If I had
Okay.
to go, I'm not gonna how can I explain it? Like people in the Beehive, they'll be like, no matter what she does, they're like, it's this. And they take her side. No, if I feel like it's something wrong, then it's wrong. I'm not like a huge Beyonce fan. I'm trying to think of. There's a celebrity that I'm just like a super fan of, and I can't think.
Riri?
I love Rihanna.
I know you love Riri.
Like I might be like, yes, Riri, whatever, whatever. But I don't think she's overrated. I think she's very talented, and I think that most people can't do. I'm talking about Beyonce
Who?
because
Oh.
Sheila says she's overrated. My opinion, I don't think she's overrated because I think she's a great performer. She works really hard, and most people can't do what she do.
No, I think that she's an awesome performer. I don't think she's the best singer in the world, but I think she's an awesome performer. She puts on an awesome show. I would not pay $1,000 to see her, but she puts on an awesome show. But I don't know.
I think she's a good singer. I don't think she's the best singer. Like if I had to
I think she
choose
okay.
if I had to choose, like, who do you think is the best singer out right now? I mean, I wouldn't say Beyonce. Can she sing? Yes. Can she dance? Yes. Can she perform? Yes. Do I think she's the best musically, like the best singer in the world? No.
And then the whole Texas accent thing. I don't I like I spent a lot of time in Houston. I went to high school in Houston, and how Beyonce speaks is not a Houston accent. And people be like, "Oh, with her southern accent." And I'm like, I feel like she just be talking like that cuz that's not the way people from Houston speak.
I don't know because people like for me, people say that people I don't speak like everyone from home.
But I could tell you from Louisiana.
Some people can't.
Well, some people can't tell that her accent not a Houston accent.
And also, I think another thing that a lot of people don't realize is that Beyonce didn't finish high school. She's not like the most educated person in
No,
the
and I
world.
think
Are you frozen? We're supposed to be talking about true crime.
oh, but we on Beyonce now, boo. I think Beyonce's team is like genius. I don't think she's genius. I think
I agree.
that they know to keep her quiet because how many I mean how there's not a lot of interviews with Beyonce. There's not a lot of public speaking with Beyonce. Her social media, I mean, I don't really follow her, so I don't know, but I feel like it's not a lot of personal stuff on her social media. I think they know to keep her at arm's length, like people can't get to her. Y'all are trying to get me riled up. Am I still frozen? Why Beyonce got good all of a sudden when she got with Jay-Z? Am I frozen, Celine?
Mm-mm.
Oh, why Beyonce got good all of a sudden when she got with Jay-Z? Because I ain't gonna say my opinion on it, but I do have opinions. What you looking at?
Who?
You.
Nothing.
You done
Just
tune everybody out because we don't like Beyonce like you?
I didn't tune y'all out. I'm letting y'all go because I'm letting everyone go with their opinions, and I don't want to like overspeak it or anything.
No, talk, girl. Talk. See what you gotta say.
I just don't. I don't. I, I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like which is why I didn't say anything about J Lo because I'm not her biggest fan. But I don't want to put down another woman who trying to just do what she does best. You know what I'm saying?
They're not trying to do nothing. They're rich.
Okay, I get
We
it.
we we trying to do.
I get it. But I mean,
They
I just
they
feel
done
like
did. They done did.
I don't know. I just don't like putting down other women.
Oh, I'm not putting down a woman, but I'm just saying I have opinions on things. So we are talking musical crime now.
No, I mean technically, because Diddy is technically music and crime.
Oh man, I'm
What?
just not much into that style of music, but can totally appreciate their hard work.
That's true too.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say, somebody had brought up at Usher and Ashton Kutcher whenever we had talked about like Diddy and stuff the last time, and I just feel like it's like um like peeling. It's like falling into different industries. Obviously, Hollywood's always been like but he's just there's so many people around him that everyone's being pulled into it, whether they are associated or not with
Yeah.
the crime part. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Well, some people are saying that they thought Usher was a victim of something because
I said that I think that Usher is a victim, like
oh maybe that was you. Just like who?
Justin Bieber,
Oh yeah.
because they were both sent, which goes back to I want to say it was Sheila who said where were the parents? They were both sent to Diddy's house to be like trained musically. I don't know.
Which is so weird. Taylor Swift is into the conversation. I don't know nothing about Taylor Swift.
I like Taylor Swift.
I don't know anything about her. I would imagine the inside circle, but of entertainment for this. But um, talking about Taylor Swift, just a fun fact: when Kamani was like 2 years old, 2 or 3 years old, she told everybody that she loved Taylor Swift, and she told everybody we had to call her uh Taylor Mani.
I love that.
Usher was young when he got in
He
the
was
game.
young when he first got in the game.
Yeah, he was a kid when he got in the
He was
game.
like really young, like 13, 14, and he was sent to Diddy to like help him prepare for the industry. Just like when Justin
But
Bieber did.
if did Justin Bieber get with Usher first or with Diddy first? Because if Usher something happened with Usher, and then Usher sent Justin Bieber to Diddy, then the victim becomes
We don't know. I think
the
that like
predator. But I do love Usher, y'all.
I like Usher too. But
But
for sure.
correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Usher stick around while JB left?
They weren't there at the same time.
Yeah,
They're not Usher and
yeah. Usher is way older than Justin Bieber, but Usher Diddy just old. Diddy been around since the beginning beginning of time.
the
But Diddy is not much older
time.
than him. Diddy is like 50, I would think. Which I mean, it's not old,
Let's
but
look it up.
he got to be in his 50s. And Usher is like 40 something.
Usher Diddy is 54. Usher is 46.
My boo is old. Let's see.
But
So when Usher was say 13, Diddy was
I don't know. I don't math. Where math geek
like
at?
21.
But he was still, even though it's not, you don't,
It's not about the age, it's about
right,
the
to bring someone, you don't have to be like super older than them. He was powerful. He was still a good, like a well-known producer in the industry and things like that. You know what I mean? And he was sitting there, and Usher has commented that he saw some things going on. Oh, you know who else? Bow Wow.
Bow Wow.
Bow
But you
Wow.
know what? If you look at some of the people that like some of the like when they were younger, they were like super famous. They went hard. They were everywhere. And as they got older and matured, they stepped away from the music industry. Like what? Like even Rihanna. Like it's like she don't want to have nothing to do with the industry anymore.
I mean, if you was making millions of dollars with cosmetics, I would be like,
You make way more money in the cosmetic industry than the music industry.
yeah.
But I
And
mean, even before she started with cosmetics, she stepped away and people kept was asking for her, and it's like she did not come back.
with Rihanna too, it's like you don't think about it because of how it was, but like she had 7 albums that were pretty much back to back. She had an album come out almost every year, every 2 year. I know because I bought them. And every year, every 2 years. And so after each one, she was touring. So like she took a break and then just broke.
She never came back. She's got a great voice. Who Rihanna? I like Rihanna because I feel like she don't care too much about.
This is off topic, but I saw a post today and they were like, it's Rihanna and as soon as possible. And
Wait, what?
they were like, why did they use his government name? ASAP Rocky. They were like, they said as soon as possible. They spelled it.
Oh, why that went over my head? Why they use his government name?
They said, right.
Yeah, she keeps it real. Beef better have my money. Yeah, I like Rihanna. I don't know how we got all the way over here. This is where the Diddy conversation brought us.
Yeah. Because again, because it's Diddy and he's so ingrained into the whole like culture.
Yeah. Oh, and Mace came out speaking about him too. I mean, Mace been speaking about him, but nobody was really listening to Mace until now.
And Shine
Oh, and everybody knew Shine went to jail for Diddy.
for Diddy
And
served
it's
all that
like
time.
people know things, but nobody is like really caring until it all goes down.
And that was pretty much after that whole the shooting thing. That was pretty much when Diddy and Jennifer Lopez's relationship ended.
Oh, because of the club.
Yeah, that club shooting. So
Yeah. I had to look up Usher's first hit, 1994. He was only 15. Yeah, he was young because I was young and I was all in love with him. And he was like older than me, but I was like,
I can't believe he's 46. I don't know. He definitely was older than us, but I
but
don't
I
know.
mean, when he had his first hit, we was like 8 or 9.
Really?
If he was 15 and he 46, no.
She said
So
1994, we was 10, right?
I wasn't 10 in 1994, my God.
What year you was born in?
I turned 10 in December of 94, so I was
Okay,
9
it
all
don't matter.
through.
That's the year. That's the year.
More of the story is I'm younger than you.
Oh my
I
gosh.
thought it was stupid when he changed his stage name. It's like the same thing.
Are you talking
He's
about
everywhere
Diddy?
for a while. Huh?
Are you talking about Diddy?
From Puff Daddy to P. Diddy to Diddy.
And he changed it again, but he changed it to Love.
When he did that?
Like this year or last year.
Girl,
But
nobody calling
nobody
you
is
love.
overshadowed by all of this, but he changed it to Love.
Sean Combs. Nobody calling you love. Oh,
What?
I'm not trying to put a. I'm not trying to dox nobody.
What?
But when I just said his name, it just made me think about because I said Sean Combs.
Oh, so them certain people be like, "Oh yeah, he related to us." Now I bet you they're not saying that no more.
Nope, not anymore. I thought it was stupid when he changed. Oh wait, psh, that's what Rebecca said, y'all. Psh. Nobody calling that man love. The
That
moral
was,
of the story is my daughter was 10 in 1994. Your daughter is the same age as us, Missy?
and then who was the other one? I'm trying to remember everyone because people have suggested Ashton Kutcher, and I actually read that Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis are thinking about moving to Europe.
Why everybody trying to leave America when shit going down?
Mhm.
Somebody asked if J Lo came back to America. I don't know where J Lo at.
I'm sorry.
I don't like her either, but
I just
and poor Ben. Ben looked like he was disgusted with her. Like when they show him slamming that door on her, like he's
all
still a
the
gentleman, but I'ma slam the door on you.
all the time, all the time, Ben looked exhausted.
Exhausted,
He was like,
disgusted,
he looked like
exhausted.
he wants to be like, bruh,
She
all the
seemed
time.
she seemed like the type of woman that like berates him under her breath constantly.
I think that they love each other and they came back together and it was like, oh my gosh, oh Ben and Fur is back together and everything. But I think they had changed so much,
I
like through
think Ben was like,
years. And he, even though him and his ex-wife Jennifer were famous, they weren't always they weren't like big super paparazzi always in the spotlight type people.
mm-hmm.
And I think that it caused an issue. And also he was sober and I don't think she is.
No, well, that's a problem. They don't want to be here with pedos.
Well, there are pedos in Europe, and but they had a lot of backlash for the letter that they wrote to the judge on behalf of their friend, the guy from the show.
David, was it David? Not that's his screen name. I'm trying to think of that man name. I still want to know what kind of cuticle cream did she request from jail after being arrested all those years ago when she was with Diddy. She requested cuticle cream. Now that is sad. She definitely a hardworking woman, but I stopped liking her when she started singing. Oh
Danny
yeah, the
Masterson.
Scientologist Danny Masterson. Yeah, that's
They
him.
wrote letters saying that he's a good guy. He essayed women.
Yeah,
And he's not a good guy.
but
Sorry.
I don't. I first of all, Scientology is a whole nother thing. So if you in Scientology, they're gonna protect you no matter what, or they're gonna try to protect you no matter what. But I don't think they thought that those letters were gonna be made public. And I also don't think that they really had a choice. I think that because of Scientology, they had to do
Are
what they had
they
to.
Scientologists as well?
I think they're affiliated. I don't know if they claim it like that. From a documentary that I watched, they definitely are affiliated with the high people in Scientology. Definitely not a good guy. He's in jail now, right? All right. Next week we not talking about Diddy, y'all, because we went all pop culture
Much.
unless something else happened.
A lot of people are saying that like they're thinking about moving to Europe because Ashton Kutcher was affiliated with Diddy for a few years. They used to go out partying and stuff together like in the early 2000s, and then it just
Mm.
kind of abruptly stopped. People never really knew why. I think like Diddy has said that Ashton was it was around the time, was he married to Demi Moore? Where they were married, right?
I don't know if they were ever married. Were they?
Well, it was around that time where he started getting really committed to Demi Moore, so they stopped going out. But people are like still connecting them, which is again part of what we've been talking about. So many people are being connected to Diddy just through association, whether it's through his actual crimes and his free parties and all that or not. And I think they're feeling the heat of it. But at the same time, I don't know. No one knows. They
And
support.
maybe none of them want to get subpoenaed to come in court, but court is until May. But maybe none of them want to have anything to do
Just
with
because
it.
they are in Scientology, they can lie.
They are very much protected.
They stick together. You're supposed to like, yeah, you know. I've been watching all the anti-cult documentaries. Crystal loves cults.
I love cults, y'all.
They were
Y'all
married.
want to be in my cult? Y'all want me to start a cult for y'all? It ain't gonna be a criminal cult. It's gonna be about love. They all say that. Oh, I'm called Crystal Heart. They gonna really think I'm trying to start a cult. I
I
was
bet.
just reading. Go ahead.
I was just reading. Crafty.
Oh,
Your
crafty cult. Yeah, are we starting up a cult? A cult here. Yep. My
we
husband and
actually
daughter
did
love
it.
watching all those cult shows.
You're frozen, Crystal.
Am I? Can y'all still hear me?
We can hear you, but you're frozen with like the cutest little smile on your face.
Well, just let it be me, I guess. I have a cult in my house. It's called Cult David. That sounds like a real cult.
Crafty cult. My hubby and daughter love watching all those cult shows. We actually did an episode on this like online cult. It was interesting.
Was that one that we had to get rid of, or we posted it?
We posted it.
Oh, okay. At least it's cute. I'm still frozen.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Let me take a picture so you can see what you look like. Don't unfreeze before I get my.
Rebecca already sent me a picture.
Oh, well, I'm still gonna take it because I want to just bring it up randomly.
Wow. I feel played. Let me see. Push it. Put it up. I can see you. Me, my husband, and our wife. That's not enough people for a cult. Yeah, that's the same picture she sent me. Oh well. Let me know whenever I'm unfrozen.
I'm gonna need you to unfreeze because
Okay, hold on.
you're there. You're back.
I'm back.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. It's a good meme. It's gonna be Celine's Christmas card.
Yeah, I should send it to everybody.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I could go on and on about cults, but we'll have to do a cult talk one Wednesday.
We can do a cult talk. That would be fun.
You know, what was the show that I had watched? I don't know, the one that would teach you how to be a cult leader, becoming a cult leader. How to be a cult leader, I think is the name of it. Yes, I would like it. We're gonna have to have a whole cult talk.
And then
So
are we ready to move on to our next topic?
let's move on, because once the kids get home, y'all already know that's a crazy. Why they not home yet? Let me track them. Saint must have fell asleep. Oh, y'all, he's so cute. Let me see if I can let y'all see him. Y'all can't see him.
Where is my? Oh Lord, you okay down there? Come here.
He cute, whether y'all can see him or not.
We can. He a little pixelated.
Yo, why my internet acting up? I don't pay extra for bad internet. Okay, let me
True
track these.
and cult chat, not a cult.
Wait, what?
true crime and cult chat, and then she have in parentheses not a cult.
Yeah. I watched that too on Netflix. Yes. All right. Why are they still so far away? That's
So
fun.
the only other topic that we have is the Menendez brothers because they're very much in the news right now.
I'm tired of talking about them.
I'm not.
Okay, we'll go. I'm gonna go once you go.
Why?
Cause you say you're not tired of talking about them.
I'm not tired because I think it's um interesting how um yeah, Rebecca, you're complaining about being by yourself, Crystal.
No, I'm just seeing how long until they get back. Cause once they get back, I'm not gonna be able to be talking like this. But they look like they went to HEB.
I just find it interesting how like different generations have different opinions. You know what I'm saying? Like how time has changed how people think about the case. I think it's interesting. Are you frozen?
Am I frozen?
You're back.
Okay, hold on. I will disappear for a second because I want to make sure I'm connected to the right Wi-Fi.
Okay. I do think they will be resentenced, and I do think they'll be let out as well. Rebecca, did they do it, Mitzi? Yes, they did.
They admit to that.
I haven't followed the latest on those two. I only know their original story. Their original story is basically the same. I mean, they murdered their parents, which is they did it. They have committed a crime. It's just that in their second trial, when they were actually sentenced, they didn't give the option for they only gave the jury the option for life without parole or death
Death penalty.
penalty.
Yeah.
And so um people didn't want to condemn them to murder, so they gave them life without parole. But in the previous trial, they were offered manslaughter because they technically, it's called imperfect self-defense, and it's not like immediate self-defense where you are literally in jeopardy of losing your life, so you may kill someone to for self-defense. It's called imperfect self-defense, where you fearful of your life at any moment, so you take that action to preserve
Yeah.
yourself.
Where you feel like you could be killed, even though
Right.
it may not be rational to anybody else. You
Exactly.
feel that way, and you truly feel that way.
And I'm not saying that I think a lot of the back and forth and disagreement come from because people are like they killed their parents. No one is not saying that they didn't murder their parents. No one is not saying that they should not have gone to prison. People are just saying that they did not take into account the imperfect self-defense um, option, and that they shouldn't still be in prison when they thought their lives were in danger.
And in the second trial, they were not allowed to bring in the essay.
Their witnesses, the jurors in the second trial didn't hear hardly anything about the abuse that they endured from their parents.
Right. Gee, I could have killed my ex. Oh, now you can't because you said it on the internet.
Basically battered wife syndrome. Yes, Sheila, basically battered wife syndrome,
Yeah.
which back then people didn't think that. They were like, these are two young attractive men, and now we know. And back, I think a lot of people back then didn't think that men did that to their kids. A lot of people did, but a lot of people didn't really know that, and so a lot of people just kind of really didn't believe it either. And there has been some new evidence that has come out, like we were talking about earlier. I'm sorry, y'all.
The Menudo.
Menendez plus Menudo. It's a documentary on Peacock.
Rebecca said attractive.
Well, some people thought they were attractive. Me,
Yeah.
some people thought they were. I
They
thought
have interesting faces.
I thought the guys that played them in Monsters were attractive,
Mm,
but I think I don't think they were.
good, Mitzi. I'm glad you did.
So, what we were saying, yeah. So the new evidence came out where one of the members of Menudo actually talks about being essayed by their father. He was brought to their home. He met them when they were kids. It's a really interesting documentary.
I'm gonna watch it maybe tonight.
And then the Menudo story in I'm sorry, I know we're supposed to be like on the Menudo, but the Menudo story in itself is really interesting as well because I didn't even know there was a movie about Menudo on Prime. And when it came out, a lot of members, if you don't know about Menudo, they were a boy band. They were from Puerto Rico. They were a boy band in like the 80s and early 90s, I think. But like they had the rule. Ricky Martin was a member. And they had the rule like once they reached 16, they swapped the boys out. So there were lots of members of Menudo. And then so they made the movie, and a lot of ex-members started commenting saying this is false. It's all glitz and glamour. That's not what really happened. There's been many allegations of SA with the guy who formed the band, and different accusations, but nothing was done because they were like the pride of Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying? And he was making millions of dollars, and the police, he had friends in government and stuff. So like when you watch the documentary, you'll see more of that. Like they couldn't touch him. Yes, many of them mentioned it. A lot of them took it back because they were like, nothing's happening. One guy, he was a journalist and a photographer. He started working with them, and he started seeing some things. And so he interviewed a few members of Menudo off the record, and they told him their stories, multiple members. And so when he started talking about it and everything, like he was on a talk show in Puerto Rico, and the police were on there. They were there. They told him we're coming there to arrest him because he's for defamation, because he accused that man of SA, and they didn't have a warrant. Free speech, he could say what he want. Like that's how serious it was. They were trying to arrest him on live TV, and so the members got scared. They were like, "You're a grown man, and look what they did to you.
Wow.
Like we don't want to say anything." They had a rotating roster, yeah. He also suspended from Princeton for plagiarism. Hold on, did I miss something?
I think she's talking about one of the brothers.
That one brother was living a lie. He was spending a ton of money and not going to class like he should have. Yeah, he was a spoiled teenager, and he was suspended from Princeton for like a whole semester. His dad went in there and like tried to save it, and then that's when he came back to California. His dad was making him work for him. That was the older brother, Lyle.
It wasn't about the essay. It was because he was going to lose his lifestyle. I think he manipulated his brother. I don't know.
That, and it is possible, but you can't discount and discredit that they were SA. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm not saying that it's justified. It's not. It's not a justification. You were abused, so you murder your parents. I'm not saying it's justified. I'm just saying that they did deserve a fair trial that they did not get in that second trial.
But I mean, yeah, that too. And I mean,
If this, if the Menendez brother, if this happened today, they would not be in jail for life because of the circumstances. is, again, it's not a justification. It's not being abused. It's not a justification. It's not a defense for murder. It's not. But I do, again, this, our country, our legal system is not perfect, but it works, and everyone is entitled to a fair trial. And that second trial wasn't fair. The Hollywood DA or the California, whatever, LA DA, they had a whole bunch of high profile celebrity defeats. OJ Simpson and what was the other man? Not Don King. What was the man name? That was
Rodney King?
thank you, Rodney King. And they were like, we have to put this to bed. You know what I'm saying? And I
And
don't
that's when you said we have a justice system that works. We have a system that, in theory,
in theory
works.
work. Like I said, it's not perfect, but it
But
it, it, it does
it's
what
the
it's
if everyone was perfect, then it would be perfect. But people are not perfect, so the system is not perfect.
that's true too, Rebecca. There are many that were abused that become abusers. Actually, a lot of people don't know, but Lyle actually abused his younger brother because
Yeah,
his dad was abusing him, and like,
he
I
apologized for it on the
apologize
stand.
for it. Yeah, I feel like a lot of they feel like this has to be normal. I have to make it normal, so I have to do it to someone else. You know what I'm saying? He abused his brother.
I don't necessarily agree with that. However, California now has a law that you can come up for parole if you commit
Yes,
murder and you're under 25 at the time.
they do have that law now,
The law is
and
absolutely
they were
subject to
very young.
interpretation from the higher courts. Go ahead. I was reading.
Oh, well, I wanted to read. I don't want to speak when, like, I just want to make sure I'm taking into their account, their comments into account as well. I don't, but yeah, they have brought that up. How they have that now. They're hoping that it can play towards their case as well. The laws aren't absolute; their interpretation of the higher courts. Yes,
You still have the brain of a
yes,
teenager
you
until
do.
you ain't got that frontal lobe is
Frontal
not
lobe is
developed.
not developed.
I think Eric is the real victim. Is Nelly doing he
He's
gaming?
playing his game. Yeah,
um, I don't know. And it's crazy. It's like I feel like these cases should be like relooked at after a certain amount of years, but there's not enough manpower for that to happen with every single case. Because I mean, I think that cases from like the 60s, 70s, 80s should have all been relooked at because times have changed. Racism put a lot of people behind bars back then. We
I
didn't have the proper DNA. We didn't have DNA and all that. Like, I think there's a lot of things that could be looked at again, but like, who's paying for it to get looked at again?
I agree because when we were on live on Friday, there were two black men who were sentenced to death for crimes that were proven that
Proving
they
that they didn't
did
commit
not commit,
and they refused
to
to,
pardon them.
yeah.
Some cases do have to look, like you said, it's an imperfect system. People have their biases on juries and things like that. So, I mean, how many people were upset with? We're going back, but how many people were upset with the OJ trial?
Yeah,
But the jurors said not guilty.
right. I think the family of the victims being put through parole hearing after parole hearing is cruel. Yeah, for certain things. Like, I have a close friend whose baby was murdered, and she has to keep going 2 states away for parole hearings, and it's hard on her. So I understand that. But then I don't know. My uncle was defending himself and ended up killing the other guy. He went to jail for manslaughter. Mm.
He was sent to jail
He
for
was
death.
sent to jail for decades. It was definite racism. I have a cousin that's been in prison for close to 30 years, and there was no murder. There was no harm to anybody, but he didn't have proper counsel, and he'll probably be there for the rest of his life. Well, I hope not. I don't know. Let me not say that. I think police often get blinders. They definitely do. And I think that's the thing about it. Like, how do you make a person in these positions be unbiased and fair at all times?
You can't.
And you can't,
And
because
you
no
can help.
matter who you are gonna stereotype people. You can say, I don't judge people, I don't judge people. But if you're sit as a woman, if you're sitting in your car and a man all in black walks an inch away from your car door, you're gonna want to lock your door. You're gonna be like, what's going on? So that right there is automatically, people have perceptions of other people no matter what. If a woman walks in dressed in a suit, heels, you're gonna automatically think she's a professional woman. Like, you can't turn that off. And she might be a prostitute. You don't know.
A sex worker.
Sex worker slash prostitute. Sentencing reform is one of the areas that needs a look. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
agree. Im- Implicit bias really is a thing. It truly is. I lock my doors regardless, and you should. Image is powerful. It is. The problem with image being powerful is whenever you're wrong, or a person's skin color becomes a determination of something for you.
Or their religion, or their sexual orientation, or
Right.
where they're from.
Right. Exactly. Did
She,
you hear about the shaken baby execution? No. Where did that happen? I didn't hear about that. Let me track the fam bam again.
while she's doing that, I just want to say that um, Crystal doesn't like dramatizations of like crime and things like this, but the the monsters show on Netflix is kind of the Menendez brothers started coming back into like TikTok and stuff started coming back in with like true crime being like people liking true crime, but monsters actually put them like way back in the spotlight again. And it was actually, I thought a lot of people complained about it because they were like, oh, it's so you know, I guess the things that they focused on, but I liked it because it gave you so many possibilities. It didn't implicitly say that there was one specific reason. It gave you a point of view from the mom. It gave you point of view from the dad, from each brother. It was done really well, and it made me. When I watched it, I remember texting Crystal because she doesn't watch it, and I remember texting her, and I was like, "I'm torn. Like I have to do more research now because I watched the show, and now I'm torn." But if you haven't seen it and you like true crime, like dramatized true crime shows, it's a really good show to watch. The first season was, who was the first season? Dahmer. The first season was Jeffrey Dahmer, and then the second season was the Menendez brothers, and then season 3 is going to be Ed Gein.
Who's
Remember,
it? Why that sound familiar?
he was the man who when did we talk about him? Because you brought up, somebody brought him up in one of your lives.
It
He
sounds so
was
familiar.
he was like in killed people and wore their skin. He made like a human belt and stuff like that.
Girl, I don't know him. What?
Someone
The
brought him
name
up.
the name is very
The
familiar.
name is familiar because someone brought it up in one of your lives, and you was like, "I don't know who that is," and you went look it up on your live.
Oh.
That's why the name sounds familiar to you. I mean, it's
But
supposed to be.
Missy said something about a man is about to be executed this month because he got arrested for the murder of his child by shaken baby syndrome. And they just assumed, or I mean, was there evidence that he actually did something to the baby to make the baby shaken? Oh, interesting, Celine. You said that's on Netflix.
It is. It's on Netflix. Now, just remember that it is dramatized and everything is not 100% accurate. They get the gist of it, but it's for entertainment. And like I said, it gives point of views from everyone. It is kind of like, so make your own judgment call. And it was entertaining. NBC has a segment on it, and there's a lot of questions about whether shaking baby syndrome can be a diagnosis.
I need to look up more about that.
Me too, because I didn't hear about it.
No, I saw the JD one.
Jeffrey Dahmer one. That one, I'm gonna be honest, y'all. It was tough. I had to take a break when watching it. It was dark.
That was dramatized.
It's all dramatized. It was dark. It was entertaining. It was good. It was done really well. I'm gonna be 100% honest. And what is that lady's name? Who was the actress? I can't remember. She was amazing in it. What is that lady's name? Let me go look it up now. I'm sorry. I need to know her name.
What's the name of the series again?
It's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Monsters. So season 1 was called Monster. And it was Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story. Season 2 is called Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story. And then season 3 is supposed to be Ed Gein. Yes, Ryan Murphy did the series. He's the guy who does American Horror Story and stuff like that.
Bruised brain from IEDs. NFL players bruised brain, shaking babies. Oh,
Monsters on Netflix. He does American Horror Story.
that's like Aaron Hernandez.
I was about to bring it up because I'm watching American Sports Story by Ryan Murphy. It's dramatized, but it's about, the first season is Aaron Hernandez.
Oh yeah, I did see that. I didn't watch it, but I saw it on there.
It's really interesting.
Which I've watched, I think 2 documentaries on Aaron Hernandez. I think there's 2 or 3 of them.
There was no
CTE.
there was nobody watching out for him. Like, he was just,
he went loony bin.
He had a head injury.
Yeah.
And no one had this man's best interest at heart. No one. Well, and I say man, but he was very young. He was one of the youngest people in the NFL. He was like 20 when he got drafted. No one had his best interest at heart.
But I mean, that happens a lot when you have kids or young people get money or get rich and they don't come from the best backgrounds.
Even his mom didn't have his best interest at heart. The mom was... Oh, Rebecca,
I went to the bathroom and hubby is in here comment. So he the one who brought up the NFL. That is weird. Rebecca does not watch sports, so that makes so much sense. We didn't even catch that. We just went on.
I'm glad you brought it up because I wanted to talk about it because I had started watching it. I've watched some documentaries on him too. I think it's a very interesting case. I don't think his head injury excuses him for murder, but I do think that it was just a mixture of that and his upbringing and his surroundings, and he just...
Yeah, if you're athletic and poor, sports is often... Yeah, sports, military.
He was really good. He was really good. But yeah, I just want to jump back to Monsters, Jeffrey Dahmer, that first season. It was very dark. It was very well done. But, if you're kind of like triggers and things like that, just think about it before you watch it, because it was very hard to get through. He's making all kind of comments to me over here. Tell him to log in and put his comments.
Yeah, tell him show up on his own account next week.
Niecy Nash, that's what I wanted. That's the actress. She was in she was in Monsters, the Jeffrey Dahmer story, as his neighbor.
Oh,
and
I was about to say, what did she play in the story?
Neighbor, and she was really good in there.
Okay.
He says he's a ghostwriter.
She is so good.
She was really good.
Oh my gosh. So Celine.
Yeah.
We're doing this every Wednesday?
Yeah, we can do this every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday that we can.
Put some comments in there for anything that y'all want to talk about next week. I'll try to do better research. I was kind of like, this week.
We don't need a research. We just need to show our opinions.
I know, but I want to make sure I have opinions because I had just finished watching the first episode of Unsolved
Oh
Mysteries.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
And then I left you high and dry.
I had
And I
just
was the one who said to watch it so we could talk about it.
yeah, I just watched it like a couple hours before we talked about it, and I'm all like, yeah.
And you know me, once I consume something, I forget about it. I watched that a long time ago. I don't even remember the people name until you said it.
We should talk about Ray.
Oh, I gotta go back and watch Ray. Okay, put Ray for next week. We talk about Ray. What? Okay, y'all. If y'all wanna know about Ray, because we're gonna talk about him next week. Unsolved Mysteries, the new Unsolved Mysteries, season 1 of it. There's a case on There's a case of a guy named Ray. You looking it up? Which episode?
Yeah, I'm going to look it up so that they can.
Because that came out in 2020. It was during the pandemic we were watching this, I think. And we are still mystified by Ray. At least Wednesday doesn't interfere with football. Hubby wants to discuss the Illuminati. Tell Hubby come in the comment section next time on his own name, and we'll talk about the Illuminati
That's going to go on forever.
forever.
Okay, let me see. I'm trying to get the Unsolved Mysteries. Every time I type it in, it goes to the original one, and I don't see
The original Unsolved Mysteries.
yeah, and I can't find the episode.
With Robert Stack. I love Robert Stack.
Okay, here it is, episode list. Mystery on the Rooftop. It was the first season 1, episode 1.
Season 1, episode 1. Now, what was that other case with the guy who went to the party?
This was No Ride Home, Alonzo Brooks.
Alonzo Brooks. Put him down.
They were
What episode was that?
4, season 1. Ray Rivera.
We can talk more about the Delphi murders too. Sheila says she just watched something about the Delphi murders. Definitely not a cult or club. Wait, who said something about a cult? What do y'all know about the guy who shot the Kentucky judge? I don't know nothing about that. Thank you. I go my 60 strips cut. Oh, you got your 60 strips cut in my table clean. A.
Yeah, there's a new Unsolved Mysteries was like rebooted in 2020 on Netflix.
I think it was like I think we were going through pandemic time.
Let me see. Yeah, July 1, 2020.
Yeah. It rebooted, and it usually in October is when they put more episodes out. We're definitely not a cult, we're a club. I read Mitzi went to the strip club. What? Oh my gosh. But yeah, if y'all want to know about this, watch
What
Unsolved Mysteries.
we've
That's
been
episode
obsessed
1.
with this since we watched it.
Yeah,
July
we still
1st,
trying to figure
2020.
out what happened to Ray.
To Ray Rivera. So you want to watch it, Unsolved Mysteries on Netflix, season 1, episode 1. So because we gonna definitely talk about it next
Yeah.
week.
Sheila, go watch it. Shelby, go watch it. Missy, go watch it. Rebecca, you're probably not gonna watch it, but go watch it so that I can hear y'all opinions next week, because we have been trying to solve Ray's case since 2020. We trying to figure out. Y'all gotta go watch it. We trying to figure out what happened to Ray. Oh, what's my hotel? We could talk about the Cecil.
Oh, the Cecil Hotel. That was a good one. I personally don't agree with the findings, like the end. I don't agree.
No, I didn't agree with that either. If hubby watches, I'll join him. Tell hubby to watch Unsolved Mysteries, episode 1, season 1, episode 1, with Ray Rivera, and the other one with Alonzo.
Alonzo Brooks, episode 4, same season. Bye, Mitzi. Thanks
Bye,
for
Mitzi.
hanging. See you
We're
next
about to
week.
get off too.
The Cecil Hotel was another one.
Did I freeze?
Netflix says I watched it already, but totally don't remember. I'm like Crystal, watch and forget. On what? Watch what? Unsolved Mysteries? Because it was like 4 years ago. That's
It
probably
was.
I
We
remember.
just can't stop thinking
We
about
just
Ray.
we just became obsessed with it, and we've always thought about Ray.
Would y'all stay overnight at the Cecil? I would.
Who asked that?
Sheila. I would because I'm not afraid of the spiritual realm, but I do believe that some things going on up there.
I would not. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I would not.
If I had somebody with me now, I'm not over there by myself.
I don't care
If
if 50
Netflix
people
says
was
it.
with me. Oh, y'all staying here? I'm gonna see y'all later.
I don't know about it, but I would not stay overnight anywhere that had something. I would stay. I'm not saying I would sleep. I wouldn't close my eyes. All right, y'all. That's notice that my family is about to walk through the door.
Hubby says you'll be the first one to get Crystal.
You watching? Mommy, are you live? Yeah. Hey guys.
I
All
can.
right. Can I please? Okay, Celine, are you ready to wrap it up?
Yeah, that's fine. Y'all
Okay,
ready?
because it's about to get loud in here. Hi. All right, y'all. Y'all, I had fun. You had fun?
I
Y'all
did.
have fun? Everybody have fun? We'll be back next Wednesday. Same time, same place. Hi.
Do you think 6 is a good time?
Uh for me it is for the next couple of weeks because that's when they go to volleyball. But if we need to change it, then I'm open to that too.
I think this is good. Yeah, this perked me up. Yeah.
Millie is growling at Saint. Oh, Saint, you're rolling up Millie.
I wanted to we forgot to talk about
What?
the woman in the prison and the prisoner. What was it? So we can talk about it next
Oh,
week.
put that on there. I can't think of her name. Come on. They had the same last name.
They did. They were both white. Last name was white.
Morris. Was it Morris or Morrison?
I don't know, but I'm gonna go get a
Where you
look.
go, buddy? Bye. Hi. I think it was Morrison, or was it? Or am I just because my grandmother was a Morrison, so it made me feel like.
I'm gonna write it down though. We're gonna talk about it next week.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next
We
week.
gotta stay on topic though, because we went all over the world this
Well, we
week.
can't bring up Diddy and Beyonce
All right, y'all.
unless Diddy do something else
He
crazy.
will.
He
He
will.
will.
Bye. Hi. Bye. All right. Thank y'all for coming tonight. We are gonna see y'all again next week. And if you're watching on Mystery Mugs and Melanin, y'all also hit the like button and subscribe. And if you're watching on Crystal Heart, of course, hit the thumbs up button too. Are you thinking of Keith Morrison? No, I love Keith Morrison though. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Bye.
Bye.